Hey guys, how's it going? Today we have a really exciting project to work on. We've got this beautiful bird bath we've had for several years. I love this piece, all the details about it, but today we are going to be repurposing it. We're going to change it from a bird bath into a planter. We're going to plant it up and place it out in the garden. Look at this thing. I mean, it's a gorgeous piece. Look at the pillar, the detail on that, and that thing is thick, like it is solid. There's no hole that goes down the center. So this whole thing up to about here is one solid chunk of concrete. And I know that because Aaron and I just lifted it into the back of this gator and it was a lot. And then here's the top. So this piece came from Henry's studio. We've had it for, like I said, several years. We used it as a bird bath for the first couple of years, and it's actually sat on a pallet behind our orchard fence for the last, I want to say, 2 years, ever since we had the Hartley built. So we had it tucked into the flower beds that used to be behind the gazebo, which is now where the Hartley is. So we moved all of the stuff out of that area when we were prepping for the Hartley installation. And I learned something about myself when it was sitting back there. I learned that I do not enjoy keeping a bird bath topped up with fresh water all the time, every single day. It's just one of those things that every day when I thought I gotta go do that, I gotta go string a hose out and get that all handled, or go get a watering can, and on top of everything else that we've got going on, it just was not super high priority to me. So I think having this as a planter is going to be so much more useful. And now that we've got, you know, the pond in the back corner and we've got some fountains scattered around, I feel like we're doing our part to keep the birds hydrated. So now we can use this bird bath and I don't have to feel guilty about putting holes in it today. Which is what we are going to do. We're going to create some drainage in this bird bath top so that our plants are happy, because today we are putting succulents in it. And I'm doing that because this is mobile. We can move it into the greenhouse for the winter months and enjoy it in there as well. Do know though, if you put holes in a bird bath like this, you can always make it a bird bath again. You can get corks in all kinds of different sizes. You can find the cork that fits the hole, the size of hole you put in it, put silicone around it, and it's watertight again. I mean, it's how we fix drain holes and fountains all the time, so you can make it a water holding vessel again in the future if you really feel torn up about making it into a planter at one point. But here's the deal, since I do not have a hole that goes down the center of this pillar like a lot of pillars do have, I'm going to be creating drainage holes on the outer part of this bird bath basin so that it can just fall right straight down into the ground instead of having to put a hole right through the center here. And to do that, we've got our diamond tile drill bit right here. I will probably be moving it down onto the ground to do that. I'm also going to be stringing the hose out, which we'll go grab right now. You do want to have some cold water nearby when you're trying to use the diamond tile drill bit on the concrete, because it creates a ton of heat and that can lead to breakage if you're not careful. I know recently I just put some holes in some head planters with that bit and I did not use water and all was well, thank goodness, but it is a risk. Oh my goodness, why isn't this pulling out? Oh, because it's not meant to. It doesn't swing all the way around the side of the barn. Forgot about that. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna use this. And here's a close-up of the diamond tile drill bit right here. It creates kind of a smaller hole, like 1/2 inch or so, but we will have 3 around the outside of this container, so that should be plenty. Oh my goodness, this is a thick thing. My goodness. Oh, I'm going to flip this over onto its top, because if I did it this way, all the water is going to pool in here and that'll be a little bit harder to mess with. So I'd rather the water kind of deflect off. So I'm going to put this on the ground so that when I flip this over, it doesn't mar the top at all. Okay, do my best to show you how I do this. I'm going to kind of clear off the area. I'm going to put my hole about here. So when I come in with the diamond tile, I come in at an angle with the drill on, and then slowly I straighten the drill up like that. And then I'll just periodically put some cold water on it. So by putting your bit in at an angle right there, it allows you to kind of create a notch so that your bit doesn't slip around and bounce around on the surface of the piece that you're trying to pop hole in. And then when you gradually put it up like this, and you kind of create yourself a notch. So like I said, periodically I'll come in with my hose, add a little bit of water, and then we'll just keep working on the same area. air in the line. Awesome. All right, we've made some progress. We'll carry on. My goodness. It's so deep. Oh, we made it through. First hole is done, and this drill bit, I mean, we were all the way up to the very end. I thought I was gonna have to go try to find some kind of an extender for that thing. Oh, that's awesome. And it just makes a nice, clean, tidy hole. And that is one trait of all Henry Studio concrete pieces. They're all very thick, tough. Okay, so now we need to make 2 more, probably one here and one over on this side. Oh, made it. Got all the holes in, and they ended up in the perfect spots, just kind of tucked up right on the edge right there. And then I wanted to show you the supplies that I would use if I was going to want to plug these holes back up and make it a bird bath again, because you do have that option as well. Now, for demonstration purposes, I could not find my smaller corks. I think I used my last little one in a project. But most hardware stores will have all kinds of different sizes of corks. In fact, ours has drawers of different sizes, and you can just get one cork if that's what you need. And they range in like massive sizes all the way down to way smaller than this. So I wish I had one to demonstrate with, but they do exist. And you would want to wait till your concrete dries out so that the putty works, but you would stick your cork down in the hole, and of course if it fits the hole, it'll go way down in there and it won't stick up like this. And then you get your plumber's putty and you form kind of a long snake-like shape. And then if it's dry, it'll stick much better. But you tuck that all the way around the cork, and then you mash it around the cork and onto the dried concrete, and it creates a watertight seal. It works really, really well, and it's easy, and it's cheap. So you're not stuck using it one way or the other. The next thing I want to do, because I actually like the color of the concrete when it's sort of wet, I'm going to test swatch a little spot on the bottom side to see if we want to stain this piece that smoke gray color, which is what we stained this. This was another repurpose project. Remember earlier on, we had the cracked fountain base, but it was looking pretty rough, so I stained it up, and it looks really beautiful under there. You hardly see it anymore. That's the only evidence of it right there. But I think I might like it better if it's just a little bit more muted in color. All right, I'm gonna see if I can manage this into a sunnier spot so it dries faster. Okay, now we wait a minute. You know what? We could test the bottom of the pillar. That might work equally as well. So this is actually a wood stain in the color smoke gray, unstirred. When it's unstirred, if I just dip my brush into the very tippy top, it's not quite as dark. That's pretty. I really like that. What's going on different right there? What is it?
Oh.
Mom just brought the kids back.
Oh.
She came and picked him up about an hour or so, or a little more ago, to take him out to get a treat. And they came back with all kinds of treats. But now she's gonna stay and help us build up this succulent planter.
That's right.
It'll be fun. And as for the stain on this thing, so we just did a test on the bottom, and I think it's pretty much dry at this point. And it's going on blotchy. And I think that's because this piece is way more porous. Like you can feel how porous it is versus that piece over there. I remember that one had almost a sheen to it already, and when I brushed on the stain, it just like, it kind of brushed, and like I could keep brushing it. I could move it all over the place. With this, it was like soaking the stain in right where I put it. So anyway, I think we're just gonna leave it the same color, don't you think?
It seems like it's like lightened just since we went and got ourselves a beverage.
Yeah, we did stop and get ourselves something good to drink.
That's because we know how to have a good time.
That's right. Yeah, that I don't really want the whole thing to look like that.
Yeah, I wonder
Just
if
in
it'll.
case. It seems like it's
Yeah.
pretty dry.
Didn't that look darker like 10 minutes ago?
A little bit.
Yeah. You got to take time with it, Laura.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to take that much time with it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is gather up a bunch of plants. I did not pick up any special plants for this project. We are going to glean from what I already have. So I already brought, there's a few little mangaves that we have left. The lavender lady, which I love that one.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And then this one's called Tooth Fairy. And then I have like a tiny little bit of soil. I've got more of these. We're gonna use a mix of cactus soil and regular soil since it's gonna be outside. And I want it to retain a little bit more moisture than the cactus mix would retain, so I don't have to water it quite as often. But I think we're gonna run into the studio, into the greenhouse, and just gather up a bunch of succulents, and we'll pack this thing out. It's gonna be pretty, I think. You should set up a fairy garden over there, babe, with all your fairy garden pieces. So here in the studio, we have like all of these. There's a whole bunch of succulents up in here. There's all kinds of things if you look through these shelves. And we can use whatever. We can use up, you know, the echeverias here. These are some
how pretty.
graptosedums. And then I don't really want to.
Look at this guy right there.
Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty. And you've got another one over there.
We can pick through all of those. There's some string of pearls.
Oh, yeah.
We can have go out the side.
Well, we're going to have so many. I mean, how do you choose?
I know. Well, we can just take out trays full.
Okay.
These I'll probably reserve for a different project because I kind of want those all to go together.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
I know. Boop.
He looks like a donut.
He does. Totally does.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that still alive?
Yeah.
Is it? I'll just keep watering it until the day
It's
I
still
die.
soft.
Until it'll still look the same.
It's soft.
We can take that whole tray out, Mom.
You want to do it?
If you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Look at that. Looks like
there's
worms.
another one
These
right
look
here.
like caterpillars.
are
we
a
better take that one.
type of crassula, I think. We'll have to probably pitch a couple. See, there's like this one's kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
Got a little too much water.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, but look, it's rooting.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Little baby.
Yep.
Hand me whichever tray, and then you can get the other one. This will take a lot of succulents.
Yeah. You'll love it.
Yeah.
I found 4 eggs.
You got 4 eggs? Oh yeah, look at that.
You harvested all these? Yep. Oh, nice.
All right, we need to go get more.
Yeah.
This looks like an idyllic life right here.
Yes.
You got your little whale in there?
What do you think about having these as their friends? Like a little.
Oh yeah.
Thing. See if that likes that. Put that in there. Will it float? It floats. Perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
That can be its friend.
I guess this can be like.
Oh, that's pretty and nice and colorful.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your. Yeah, it's a baby porpoise. Oh yeah. And he goes like this. Oh, look at he's hiding under it. He's hiding.
Hey, there's Douglas by you, Ma.
I know, I see him.
Look at he's hiding. Can you see him? Oh.
Bad Douglas.
Yes.
Bad Douglas. So I'm thinking like these and that beautiful aloe.
I like the way this.
Yeah. This one.
Yes, I love that color.
Ooh, the crassula might be a good one.
Oh, and that looks like it wants to have a home.
Yeah, it does. A lot of my plants need to have a new home.
That's perfect. You want some more string of pearls?
Yes. Yeah, probably all of the string of pearls.
Yeah. I'll take them all out there. There's 4 of them here.
Well, we could maybe start with these things and
Yeah.
see how far we get.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's this whole other tray right in here
Yeah.
with some good ones.
Gosh, you have the least amount of little plants that I've seen you have for a while. Most of the time, these are completely
I
chug-a-lug
know.
full.
It's because I've been controlling myself.
Have you?
Kinda.
That's so pretty.
That is a beauty.
They're
Oh, that is a cute one.
Yeah, that's super cute.
So I think we've got enough to get started here. And I don't know, we might not use the great big mangaves. We'll have to see how it goes. Maybe as a centerpiece and then
Yeah.
build around it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna set the camera up. We are just going to work on this slowly and enjoy our time out here. It's a beautiful day. It started off, how cool was it this morning?
Was it like 49 or 50?
It was close to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's supposed to get
It's been
94 today,
glorious.
but it hardly reaches that.
And it takes all day long to do
Yeah.
it. You know, you're like, oh, I think it's a little bit hot, and then it cools right down.
Yeah, it's really nice. So we're
Yeah.
gonna just take this slow and enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy watching it come together. Your section looks gorgeous, Samantha.
Yes, she did a good job. From about right here to about right here, this is Samantha's work.
Yep. Oh, you guys, this turned out gorgeous. Look at this. Don't you love it?
It's so pretty.
Samantha went and got her stool. And what were you saying was her section? She was about from here
To about right
to here. So
Yeah.
Samantha did this section here.
Yeah.
And then Mom kind of worked on, you were kind of double dutying, kind of monitoring
So cute.
Samantha
Yeah.
and then doing her section. And then I did kind of this section right in here. But they all look really similar.
Yes, yes,
Look
they
at this. Oh, I love this.
do.
I can't leave it like that because it'll leave hard water spots, but I really love it when,
They puddle up like that.
yes. What a fun assortment.
And I like the centerpiece.
I do too. That lavender lady just kind of towering a little bit above,
Yeah.
creating a
It
lot
gives
of
that
impact.
nice bold texture.
Yeah. So I was thinking of moving it out into the flower bed, and I was just telling Mom, and then in the wintertime we can move it into the greenhouse. She said, or the Hartley, that would be pretty.
Yeah,
So
it'd be
maybe
really
we just
pretty.
move it into the Hartley today.
Yeah.
Everything will be protected in there.
Yep.
It'll get lots of light. We won't have to move it at all. Right in the center for now,
Yeah,
maybe.
Be so
Let
pretty.
it kind of be the
Yep.
centerpiece. Okay, we're gonna move it in there and take a look when we're all done. My mom just left to go back down to work, but that was so fun to be able to have her just jump in and help us with the project, and to have Samantha's help too. Everybody's had their hand in it, and I love it. That makes it more special. So I'm walking to the front of the Hartley so we can see what the arrangement looks like as you walk in. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. And you guys, these plants will probably do so much better in here than if I would have just thrown them outside, because these are used to being under grow lights for 16 hours a day, and they shut off at the same time every day. So they've really kind of led a pampered life. And some of these, like the soft succulents, the echeverias here in our area, they burn in the full sun. So I was gonna have to find a spot that was kind of protected anyway. So I think this is probably the most ideal situation for them in the end, and for us, we don't have to move it. But I just wanted to take kind of a close look. This is where I think I started, right in here, maybe with this, no, I think, did I put this one in very first and then the string of pearls, and just kind of worked my way this way. And I just wanted to take a look at some of these. I love that icy blue coming through, and this one is my mom's favorite out of the whole arrangement. There are 3 of them in here. They are gorgeous. Are they a type of aeonium? That's kind of what they look like. I also love seeing the variegated string of pearls in here. There's some, is it baby toes? Boy, I haven't worked with succulents for a while, so I kind of lose some of the names. The crassula look really pretty in here. My mom worked on this section, putting this gorgeous aloe in here, and all of these pretty plants, and then Samantha's section. So right in here. And she was working those plants out of pots by herself and getting them planted in there. She loves to be involved. She loves to do projects with us. And I remember that about my childhood too. I always wanted to be involved in projects, and I was always allowed to be involved in projects. And I think that's how people learn, or I guess that's how I learn. I learn best by doing. So I could watch somebody show me all day long, and I would never learn as quickly that way as I would if somebody just sets me loose, letting me do it, like touch and feel and experience it that way. Here's a look sort of from this angle, and a look from this angle. And you guys, here's what I'm considering right now. I think because we actually don't use this table as much as I thought we would. We do some, but I thought of possibly creating a couple of seating arrangements, like maybe one like with the 2 chairs here and one with 2 chairs here, or maybe like kitty corner with more tables and plant racks, and making it a little bit more usable in this space. We do need a new dining table inside too, because ours is kind of starting to fall apart. Our table right now, it's so wobbly that I have to wedge up one of the legs with a big rolled up piece of cardboard. And if the cardboard gets dislodged somehow, or dislodged, is that the right word? Anyway, if it comes out from underneath there, then the whole table, like if you put your weight on it, it would want to come crashing down. So maybe we move this one inside and use it there and try out another arrangement in here. I think I'd be able to fit more plants in here in that case, because it would open up an entire aisle. It might be good. And it can feel a little bit tight when you're trying to go around chairs like this and move in and out. You know, if you've got somebody sitting here, it's really tough for somebody to get back behind them. Most of the time it works out fine to have the table in here, but I don't know, it might be worth a shot trying something different. We could possibly even do like a chair grouping here and a chair grouping here and move that table here. I don't know. My mom said that she would come over here and help me completely gut and redo it in here, and like redo all the plants, and it needs it so bad, especially like after all of the dust. We were talking about it earlier this summer, and I just told her like, it's so dusty and dirty in here, and it's not even really worth cleaning because of all the dust back there. Until we get like some gravel down and grass growing, it's not worth a deep clean. So as soon as it's done, then I need a deep clean. And she said, oh, I'll come over and help you with that, and we can repot plants and clean plants and just like get some new ones in there. And I think that sounds like a really fun day. But anyway, guys, I'm super thrilled with this container / bird bath. And I think this is just going to be such a nice way to use it. Now, it does drain right here, and so if it was outside in a flower bed, that would be fine. It could just drip down onto the ground. So I'm just going to have to try not to overwater it, and usually it takes 1 or 2 times of watering it to kind of realize what the threshold is. So I might have to, you know, pop some saucers on the ground, or just dry the ground 1 or 2 times before I kind of figure out the balance on that. But I'm sort of glad that the stain didn't work out, because I think if it would have, and it would have ended up in here, it would have sort of blended into the floor, because the floor is very gray, and that's what this would have been. So I think it actually contrasts a little bit better and shows up better this way. Things just tend to work out, don't they? Anyway, guys, that is it for today's project. I'm just so thrilled to have this out, using it in a way that makes me happy to use it, instead of in a way that makes it feel like a chore. I don't think anything should feel like a chore, or we should try to make things as easy and as practical and as fun as possible. And I think that this is such a great way to use it. And I just this year, you know, having used the Kensington base of that fountain, something I already had on hand, and having it turn out so beautiful, and setting up the Hebe fountain that we've had forever, and just finally this year got it set up and running, and also pulling the Hebe statue out from underneath the willow so that we can actually see her. I mean, we can see her from here, which is amazing. Just taking those things that we already have and either giving them new life in this way, you know, repurposing them, or moving them around to where you like them better, I think it's totally worth it. And it can make your pieces feel like new. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.